Good evening, guys. It's Darren from Jace Media, and in the chair tonight, prior to his tour kicking off, is six-string singer, Mr. Simon McBride. Simon, good evening. Thank you for joining us.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me. Yeah, here we are.
Yeah, I mean, and you're just saying there the tour's kind of down. Are you looking forward? It may be a silly question, but you're looking forward to getting out on the road and seeing some crazy faces.
Yeah, I'm very excited to get out and play again and just do what we do really. As musicians. It's been a long time since I've done a streak of or a run of gigs. I did a few sporadic ones towards the end of last year, but this will be the first time we've done, I don't know, many shows, 10 or 9 or 10 shows or something in
Yeah.
one go. So I'm looking forward to it from that point of view. I'm not looking forward to it because I don't think I'm tour fit anymore. Because I'll probably be wrecked after the first gig.
Simon, we're all not tour fit. I'm getting older. I'm traipsing around the country, watching guys like yourself, do it every night, and you kind of, for us as reviewers and stuff, you kind of think, wow, you got there and you put you nail your balls to the wall, and you do it for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you think, wow, and you've got to pack all the stuff, maybe get some sleep, and then drive the next day. I just jump in the Jeep and then drive back home and go, well, that was a good show. So you yourself have, you've got the hard part.
Yeah, it's the easy part is the playing. It's
Yeah,
the hard
absolutely. Absolutely.
part's all before it and after it. So,
Yeah.
but you know what? It's fun. I'm very lucky because the two guys who play with me most of the time, we all get on very well. So it's generally just fun on the road. Because remember before lockdown and all that stuff, we did about 7 weeks straight on the road, just the three of us.
Yeah.
Um, we toured around all of Europe and Spain. That was just hilarious. Because I remember being in Spain, and it was very funny because we hired the bus from here, from Northern Ireland, and we didn't realize that it didn't have any aircon. Because being in Northern Ireland, you don't need air conditioning over here or Scotland or whatever. It's always bloody freezing. So
Yeah.
we're driving through Spain and it's like baking, and we're just sitting there in the bus driving along with the windows all down, everything trying to get some. It was just blowing hot air in, but it was yeah, it
Yeah.
was bizarre. But yeah,
You
that's
know,
so it's all fun.
yeah. I get, the people say, oh, it must be great, but just your story there of traveling Europe with an unconditioned tour van, and
Yeah,
you kind of think there's nothing worse than being in 80, 90-degree heat, traveling for 2, 3 hours to then playing somewhere that's going to be 80, 90-degree heat, and then unload all the stuff in 80, 90-degree heat, and then go to your next place.
yeah,
So that has its drawbacks.
yeah.
But I mean, you're a seasoned pro. You've been about a long time. You've played with some cracking musicians. You've opened for some cracking musicians, and being in your Snake Charmer days and stuff like that. I remember them way back, many
Yeah.
moons ago. And it must be great being in good company like that.
Yeah, I've been very lucky over the years playing with just so many great musicians and great bands, if you want to call it. Yeah, it's I've done a lot. I've been around for a while. you know, I remember I always used to be the kid, but I'm now looking at it going, I'm the old man in the band. So,
Yeah,
but it's just the way
you
things
get,
go. But
I think you get lots of what you're getting just now. You get lots of youngsters, the young kids. I'm 54. I'm an old man, Simon. You're a youngster. You
yeah,
know, and you get these young kids, and you kind of think, wow, 20 odd, with the energy, and the
yeah,
resilience to keep going. And I kind of guess that if you talk to some of these bands and you think back to when you started at 10 playing
hmm
guitar, and then, young musician of the year at 15, and
yeah,
then your first band at 16, these guys will go, wow, looking back at what you've done, that must have been amazing. And obviously, my question now is that what what made you want to go out on your own and be Simon McBride, touring guy?
Yeah.
Obviously, what was your push behind that?
Well, to be honest, my push was, well, but I'd always played for somebody else, and up until, I don't know, my late 20s or mid 20s, I don't know what, I can't remember, but I'd always played, like, I played by Sweet Savage, and I played by Andrew Strong and stuff, and then I did the Andrew Strong gig for a long time, and then I had enough of that. I packed it in. It was 5 6 years or something, and then I come home. I was in various other original bands and projects and stuff. Nothing that really did anything. I was, and I guess it was kind of a little bit of a trying to find, who I was, or what I was as a musician, and so it was really that period in time after I finished playing with Andrew Strong, that I, going through all those different other bands, that made me realize, one, I don't want to deal with the politics of other musicians anymore. I want to be the boss and call the shots, because I was doing, to be honest, I was doing most of the work anyway. So it was like, and people taking credit for stuff
Of
that
what you were doing? Yeah, yeah,
I
of
was.
course.
Yeah. So and then I was just like, I'd never really sang before or anything, and so it was all about. I just sat down one day and I says, I'm just going to start playing the guitar, and I'm just going to record for days, and whatever comes out of me comes out of me. And that just so happened to be my first album, which was a bit more bluesy than anything.
Yes.
Um, but for me, I've always been a rock guy. So, but and so I was very daunting for me to go out on my own, because I'd said I'd never, not from the guitar point of view, I was fine with that. It was more the singing point of view, because I'd never really sang and never really let anybody hear me sing. I've always sang backup vocals, but that's it's not
Yeah,
not
that's a
not
different story altogether, isn't it? Than doing main
yeah,
vocal and
yeah. Being a front man is a completely different story. So I was very nervous about all that, and but I was very fortunate enough. I sent stuff out. I had a little demo which I sent out. Well, at the time, I sent it out to many different people and stuff, and but then I met uh, a guy called Richard Pavitt, who um, was my ex record label, New Gene Records. So he loved my stuff, and he thought it was great, and he was very. Richard was been a brilliant help in my career ever since. He's not really involved anymore, but he's still a great help to me, which is cool. But yeah, it was just, I just wanted to be me, and I just wanted to do what, like, what I wanted to play. And, like, don't get me wrong, I still love playing for other people, as I play for Don Airy, Ian Gillan, and various other things, and I love it,
yes,
and it's great. But I still like to do my own thing as well. So it's kind of having that balance, where you play for somebody like Don, which is an unbelievable experience, and then you do your own thing as well. So you're getting it. It's like, these days I just try to do a bit of everything if I can.
yeah.
You know,
Kind of think it's probably trying to find a bit of your own identity as well, because
yes,
you're taking, from the 15-year-old kid to the 16-year-old and Sweet Savage, and then with Gillan and stuff and Snake Charmer and all the rest of it, and opening for these other guys and thinking this is what I want to do, but I
yeah.
want to do it on my terms. And I think that that's kind of where we are, and your two singles, obviously, I've reviewed them both. I hope you've seen the review. If not, I can send it to you. Um, but
I'm not. I probably haven't. I don't really read many reviews of stuff, because But yeah, if you send it to me, I'll read it. Yeah, I'll definitely read it. Though.
yeah, you're really still in a good bit of sense in there, Simon. I'll just tear it up in front of you now and throw it in the bin. I'll be like, if Simon doesn't want to read it, I'm chucking it in the
No,
bin.
the thing is, I just get sent so much stuff every day. It's just like, I,
Yeah,
I can't. It's hard. I would like to read it all. To be honest, it's
yeah,
just, I don't know. Just sometimes at the minute, I just don't get the time. But
yeah.
I hope it was a good review.
Well, now I'm going to dull it down
it's
a bit, Simon.
it's
I'm like,
you're
no,
gonna
no, I don't want to
you're
do it
gonna
anymore.
revise it now.
Do you know? I think the thing is that when we get sent stuff to review.
Yes.
I'm a rock man, and both tracks, basically are just pure out and out rock and roll. They're just gritty riffs in it, the great harmonies, and the vocals are really strong. And I think that's sometimes what makes it, if you're a great guitar player, but sometimes when you have some good lyrics in it, that's what makes it. So for us, it's always a joy to review, and there is a bit of, I hope he reads it and likes it. The thing is that it doesn't matter. You're making it for you and you're taking it on the road. So the thing is that whether my reviews, 1,000,000% or it's 1%, it doesn't matter. You've made the record, you're taking it on the road. I guess for us, it's just about giving back to you to say, this is me, this is what I think, and
Yeah.
do you know what? It's a stonking record. But do you know that you've got your other your other stuff going on, and you're right. Sometimes that maybe you don't, you don't. No, it's not you don't want to read it, but sometimes you've got too much stuff going on to think what I'm going to do. Let my playing do the talking. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Like, don't get me wrong. I'm always very super grateful to anybody who reviews my stuff and they give it a good review. It's because at the end of the day, without people like yourself doing that, I wouldn't exist
Yeah,
really.
yeah,
So if everybody was giving me bad reviews, be like,
yeah,
that's not good. But but no, it's yeah, it's as I said, it all really helps, and I appreciate everybody that that likes it and listens to it, actually listens to it, because the problem is I find some people you send it there or who get sent the stuff, they don't even listen to it. They write
yeah.
they there's a lot of copy and pasting done from the internet. So I've seen that before on various things. I think it was in Snake Charmer. We've seen a lot of reviews and reading. I remember reading two reviews going, they're exactly the same,
Yeah.
So, but
Someone, for me, I think for me, and here at Jace Media as well, I'm one of these, I'm a saddle where I go and I do the full, like if it's a gig, and you'll see that when I come next week
cool.
to review you in Edinburgh, that the full, I do a full bio, I do the full gig track by track,
Very good.
musicians, and a track by track set list, so it's a lengthy process. But I believe that, the thing is that you're inviting me to the show. And you know what? I'm going to give you the best damn review that I can. And there's
Yes.
no copy and pasting, and there's no, I am glued, to listen to what you've got to say, and I always like to get a wee picture afterwards, fling it on
Yeah.
the website, and then we post it out. I get about 188,000 viewers every month
Very
to
good.
the website, and we post it off to Australia and America. So we try and get you guys as much exposure as possible.
Very
So,
good.
and a lot of people listen to me and go, "My God, the big man's talking a pile of mince," or the big man, he's on it. He's on one. So for me, it's always a good experience to get to see a new musician, do his thing on a
Yeah.
solo tour. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Very good.
We'll obviously hopefully try and catch up for a wee chat early before or after, get a wee photograph, get two ugly mugs together, and we'll fire it out on the website, and we'll see who comes back. But
Sure.
I'm just looking forward to it. I mean, it must be exciting for you, to be packing up the gear and knowing you're going off and doing it, and and thinking it's now time.
Yeah, it is very exciting. I'm excited, just to get all the gear sorted out, and it feels like we've come to the end, obviously, of a bad 2.5 years of COVID and stuff like that. So it feels like it's exciting, but to be honest, it's a little bit nervous as well. In a way, because I haven't done it in so long. It's like, I know what'll happen. First gig is like, oh yeah, back on, fine, no problem. It's
Yeah,
all so it's the way it goes. Um, it's but I think that's the case with everybody. Not just me, even people coming out to see shows. I think people are still a bit nervous about buying tickets and stuff like that. People are leaving everything to the last minute.
yeah, yeah,
In case I get COVID and cancel a gig or something, and then it's all it. But I suppose in the UK now, it's like if you get COVID, it's fine. So it's like, fuck selling.
yeah. I'm still going out. I don't care. But I think you're right. I think there's bits of that where Like I was down reviewing Smith and Coatson last week in Glasgow.
Yes.
It was 800 people crammed into the garage,
Brilliant.
and the Friday before it, sorry, the Thursday before it, I went through to Bannerman's
Hmm.
to do Sons of Liberty,
Right.
and there was 27 people at it. So you've got the balance where and I went to do on the Friday. I went to do a gig for a friend, and there was 75 people at it of three local Glasgow bands that not a lot
Yes.
of people have heard of. So there is the difference, where you want full houses, but you know what? I kind of think that as long as you're enjoying yourself, I think that's kind of all that matters. Yes, you
Yeah.
would love a full house, but you know what? If what you were saying, people are, I think, still a bit skeptical about paying the money and then going, oh, I've not been feeling great. I might not go tonight. Now, they've still bought the ticket and the money still goes to you and the guys, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's the same as seeing someone's face, you know,
Yes.
supporting you.
Yeah.
So, you know,
It's a, it's yeah. Well, no matter who's at the gig, for us, we always whether if there's two people, hopefully not, or with house, we give the same performance, so it makes no difference to us. We just enjoy playing music, and we just do deliver it as we do. That's because we only know how to play one way, and
yeah,
that's it. So
yeah,
it's full on or nothing.
yeah,
So but yeah, no, it'll be fun. It'll be exciting. Just to get out and play again.
yeah,
So
absolutely. I'm so looking forward to it. Because I think it's good to go and see new artists, and I say new artists, but you're not a new artist, but being you on your own, doing your thing, and
yes,
I really can't wait. I think it's going to be a killer night, and just to see you up there doing your thing with the
hmm
boys. I think for people like myself is joy enough. You know, uh,
yeah,
the anticipation for me is that I finish my day job and I come back and I get ready, and it's the anticipation of going to a gig, driving to Bannerman's, get something to eat, and then either come and see you before it, and then get into the hall, feel the buzz, and then you guys come out and you go away, and I go away thinking, wow, what a show, and that's the buzz for me, Simon. Like
cool.
knowing that you've put your heart and soul into it.
Yeah, well, that's what people get if you when you pay your money to get in. That's it. That you get the same from us. As I said, we only we deliver it in one way, and that's just the way we do it. So
Yeah,
yeah, no. At the end of the day, that's why we play. It's for people's reaction, people to get a buzz out of it, the people get a kick out of it. And that's why we do it. We do it for the love of music, but we also do it for the love of other people's love of music. So
yeah, 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 absolutely.
all of the
So
above, basically.
yeah, I mean, so can we? What kind of what set list working out? Have you got covers? Is it all original? What are you doing?
It
What can we expect?
it's mostly originals. It's mostly new stuff, to be honest. I throw in a few of the older songs from a couple of records before. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to do most of the new album simply because I'm fed up playing the old stuff. you know, but I have to play a few of the old stuff. So like I do things like off the old record, like One More Try, Don't Be a Fool, Heartbreaker, and yeah, and then I also do I do the Hendrix thing called Power of Soul as well. I have a couple of Hendrix songs which I always leave in reserve as well.
Yeah,
Um, there's a song on the new album by Free called "The Stealer," which is a new song. We did that anyway as well. So, but yeah, it's going to be. There's lots of ups and downs in my show, because the two musicians I play with are unbelievably good. So there's you get like the standard drum solos, and then there's the bass solo where everybody goes to the toilet. You know, So,
yeah,
but there's so it's a lot of fireworks, you want to call it musically.
yeah,
from
And
the
the
gig.
standard guitar solo as well, Simon, where they go to the toilet as well. So it doesn't matter. So we're not
That's it.
leaving you out. We're not leaving
All
you
right,
out.
that's fine. See if me doing a solo. I'll pretend to do a solo so everybody gears off, so I can then I'll just stop. Move on the chorus. Yeah, I know it's it's fun. We try to keep it lighthearted too with the audience. We're not dead serious on stage. I'm gonna say we tell jokes. Don't tell jokes. We have fun. We have crack with the audience.
Yeah,
Uh, and I know what it's like playing in Scotland. I've played so many times in Scotland, and it's always great fun because it's this amount of slagging goes on from the audience to me and to everybody else. So,
yeah,
uh, yeah, it's always good fun playing up that
yeah. But
direction
I
because it's
think
very
I think that's I think that's a good thing for yourself as well. That you know that you're going to get a bit of slagging because the audience
yeah
know you so well. Do you know if you came on and played and cracked a couple of jokes and people went, all right, okay, there'd be no interaction. So you'd be thinking, right, let's just crack on with the show. But I guess putting little bits of, slagging in there helps to lighten the mood because
yes
people don't go, he's just going to come on and play 15 songs, not really talk, and then piss off and go to the next venue. So I guess they see a lighter side of Simon McBride and the boys rather
yes
than, Mr. Serious, 15 tunes, thanks you, and off ski. People want to, I think they like to hear the tales of on the road, what it's like being Simon McBride, what it's like, driving in a van with two guys, and things like that. And I think that's a good thing for you as well, that people just know you're a normal guy.
yes. That's it. We're all just normal people at the end of the day. No matter what status you're at, in your career, you're just a normal dude. That's it. That's all we are. So I don't hide behind the fact that I set up my own gear, my own tour. There's some bands out there I see and that they hide this fact, and I go, why? Just be yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're not fooling anybody out there.
No,
Most people aren't stupid. If there's there's sometimes with music and gigging, there's this whole thing need to be seen as like the rock star, even though I'm playing the two people, but I need to see seen as a rock star. I need to see if people believe that I have roadies and all that stuff. And I go, well, I don't give a damn about having
yeah,
roadies. I do like having roadies because it's nice. I don't bring them on my own tour, um, simply because it's a
yeah,
small enough tour.
absolutely.
So there's no real need. So I just
Yeah,
just do it myself. And plus, to be honest, anytime I do the bigger tours, if I'm playing with Dawn or Ian, there's always roadies there, and I don't lift a thing. I don't, and
yeah,
I'm always bored though. I'm always going. I'm always standing. I'm always standing at the side of the stage, going, "Can I give a hand? What can I? I'll set up my own gear." And you're like, "No, no, it's all right. You just relax." And I'm going,
yeah,
"Come on, I'm bored. Can I just no, no okay?" Because I'm a guitar player. I'm a nerd when it comes to gear. I love wiring up stuff and doing all that stuff.
yeah,
Like
absolutely.
what I do every day.
But
So
they look at you, Simon, and think you're the star. Why should you be lugging the gear? Why should you be plugging in your own amps, and stuff like that? So
yeah,
you're right. There is a bit of it's good to be that way because then people know that you're the musician. But I
yes,
guess it is good to keep a hold in reality and going, I'm lugging my own, guitars and my amps, and my back line because it's just what I do. Because I think
yeah.
it keeps you grounded as well.
Yes, it does. It's like I've been in the industry for so long, so I'm very well grounded. I don't get a big head. I don't think I'm bigger than what because I've been I've been quite successful in times. I've been let down lots of times. I've been shafted lots of times too. It's just the standard way. I mean, music industry hardens you, and it leads you to be very grounded sometimes.
You have to. I think you have to be because I think 1 minute it could be there, next minute it could be gone. So if you're
That's
starting
it.
about, like Billy Big Balls, here, look at me, and then someone goes, "I'm going to pull the rug from under you." You think, "Shit, what do I do now?" Or when I was
Yeah.
talking to him last week, I was like this. So I guess it is good to keep you grounded.
Oh, yeah, it is, especially in today's industry, because today's industry is so different from what it was 20, 30 years ago. It's a case of, when you're a guitarist or any sort of musician, you can't just solely rely on, just gigging or selling albums. Well, you can't rely on selling albums at all. But so you have to try and do lots of other things. Like I said, I do, one-to-one kind of online teaching with people as well, and I do I do videos for television and stuff like that too. Music for that.
Yeah,
So I do lots of things, and because at the end of the day, I could be flat out one year, and the next year it could be not. Or
Yeah,
we could get a pandemic.
yes. And you're sitting going, what do I do now? Yeah, and I think you're
Exactly.
absolutely right. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So what's the next couple of days? You just checking the gear and then
Uh, Next couple of
hit the
days,
road.
really. I've interviews tomorrow to do. And just my gear's all ready to go, basically. I just need to pack it up really at the weekend, and then no, I have two gig. I have a gig on Friday and a gig on Saturday. Actually, I'm playing in Dublin on Friday, and then I'm playing in Belfast no, playing in Dublin on Friday. Yes, and Saturday Belfast. I can't even remember. This is why I have an iPad with my
Where,
brain
where is your
inside it.
PA, Simon? Where's your
It's right
PA?
here. Cold Siri, So, um, yeah. So doing those two gigs, and then Sunday, I'll probably just spend some time with the kids and the family before I go, and then Monday pack up and then head off on Monday
Get on
night. I
it.
think So, but yeah, it's just a busy few days between now and ago. So that's good. That's what it
Brilliant.
is.
Fantastic. Listen, it's been great to chat to you, Simon. I'm conscious of taking up too much of your time. I
Oh,
really
you're all right.
appreciate you coming on and telling some tales and stuff. I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you on Thursday, Bannerman's.
Yes, I'm thinking Thursday. I don't know what day it
Yes,
is, but
Thursday. Yeah, see you Thursday at Bannerman's. We'll get a chat, get a photograph, and we'll just talk all things music, and you can tell me how it's gone, and obviously what's the future holds for Sam McBride.
okay, no problem. Sounds good.
Brilliant. This is Darren from Jace Media in conversation with six string slinger Simon McBride, who's ready to hit the road, saying, stay safe, have a good few days, Simon, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you very much. Cheers for having me.
Take care. Thanks, Simon.
All right, thanks.